Hi there, guys. It's Nigel here, the ex-lead developer of Derb Studios. I'm just here to talk to you about one of their upcoming games, Iron Cocoon, the scale form within it. Now, this went through several iterations to improve the functionality of the scale form, and I've done a fair amount of research on how to do it efficiently. So, without further ado, I'll show you the game. Now, this is a white box of the game, which means it's got almost zero art assets in, and the art assets in there suck. So don't judge it by its looks. Um, Process-wise, it's actually pretty healthy. Now, what you'll notice straight away is there's several static movie clips here. So you see the pause button, you'll see the text here, you see the secondary weapon. However, when I move this guy around, you can see just very slightly that is following him. Not just that, but these, when you click on them, it follows those as well, and yeah, it displays their health correctly. Now, even though it doesn't look like much, I know it doesn't look like much, it is actually quite coded, it's coded very well. What I'll do is I'll show you exactly how. Well, when I say exactly, my last video that I did trying to explain this was 9 minutes long, so I'm actually going to do it very quickly. Simply put, TDS UI is the GFX movie player. It's called from TDS Mobile HUD, just in post begin play, which has started at the beginning of the initialization of this class. It just sets an instance of the GFX movie player TDS UI and just starts it ticking, sets the view field scale mode, sets alignment, and then within the post render of the TDS mobile HUD, it calls it's something called tick HUD, which basically means in every frame something called tick HUD is called within our custom TDS UI. Just for reference very quickly, this is the main game class, and you can just see TDS mobile HUD is set up as the HUD type in there. That's just how it all fits together, just so you know. Okay, real quickly, there's four sections to this class here. So all the variables and their settings. Now, just real simply, I'll show you. There's the variables and the settings. There's the tick. There's the tick functions for both the enemy and the player. There is the resolution settings, and there's the extra functionality. Quickly flying through it, these are the statics, these are the dynamics. Now, the reason why I've made dynamics is literally ActionScript runs a lot slower than UnrealScript. When I say a lot slower, C++ in the native Unreal Engine runs at optimum speed, you know, the fastest it can be, because it's the closest to its native tongue. UnrealScripts run about 10 or 20 times slower than that, I believe, and then ActionScript in Scaleform runs around about 10 times slower than UnrealScript. Scaleform is really hungry on processors, especially on mobile. On PCs and things, it's not so bad, people can play with it, but in mobile, you can't really mess around, so we went through several iterations of the code. In fact, this is the old class, which we had to completely change. Very, very quickly, I'm just going to explain this. Now, what we got here is just setting the dynamics, and here tick HUD, you can see it does enemy tick and player tick on every frame. Now this updates the enemy's position for the health if there is one, the target reticule spinning around, and the player's health as well. And now why this is particularly good is we're doing something called set and get. Now here you can see I'm doing the get display info. I'm setting all the variables within the get display info, and then I'm resetting it at the end. And I do that with both the player and any enemies which are in the game. Now the reason why this is awesome is in the previous version you see that it's all higgledy-piggledy, if that's a saying we still use, which it isn't. And not only that, but we call all of the details separately. What this does is that actually it passes multiple informations of the same object type to Scaleform, which means it has to think and talk more, which is really bad. Basically, as I said, the Scaleform talks very slowly to UnrealScript compared to its own native tongue. So what we did here is just set once. So you get the display info, you set whatever variables you want as it, and then you set it afterwards. That means it's only called once. You only call once every frame to each movie clip, which is really, really good. Now, even though it only sounds like it's making a little difference, calling a couple of extras per frame, it's because it's per frame, it does make a fair amount of difference, especially with Scaleform and ActionScript and things like that. Anyway, yeah, simple as that. That's all it does for the player. And then the resolution handling. This returns the frame compared to the health. These are random mathematics that we need. This configures for the resolution, which we just set there. And this sets from the in-game resolution to the scale form, which it actually says there. All this means is no matter what size the device is, the screen, it fits it accordingly, which was an issue before, and those are just extra functions that we have. Anyway, that's the code. I hope you find it interesting. If not, I cut it down from 9 minutes at least, and any questions, you can steal my code or talk to me if you don't quite understand, and I don't mind helping out. Okay, thanks guys, bye.